I think networking is absolutely critical, both within the organisation, obviously, that you work with, but particularly in the community. So from a networking point of view, I network with my competitive peers in CFOs, I network with other CFOs, I network with old friends and colleagues, because I think you've just got to keep in touch with your network. And I also network with people who are up and coming, so I mentor a number of people and keep in touch with them. So I make a point of having a lunch, if possible, out every single day of my life, so, and with someone else, someone different each time. No, not totally different each time, but always get out and break the day up and always try and keep in touch with the rest of the world. You've got to keep grounded in the real world.
I think it's very important in two respects. Networking both within the organisation that you're working and externally. That was probably brought into focus for me most sharply after I'd spent a considerable period of time outside of Australia. When I'd been working with Vodafone, I spent 4 years abroad working in some of their foreign operations, and found when I got back to Sydney after that break that I'd lost important contacts and ties that I had to re-establish once I was back. And ever since then I've been a lot more vigilant in making sure that I work on my network, that I expand it when I get the opportunities, that I work with people who I can either help or I think can help me from time to time. So I find that external network very important. It's helped me source people when I've needed to do that, get advice when I've needed it, and you know, it's something that I would strongly recommend to any finance professional as something that they should actively pursue throughout the course of their career. But equally important, I think, particularly in larger organisations, it's important to have a good internal network, again for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because in large organisations it is quite common that different parts of the business or different parts of a group need to come together to ultimately make decisions that affect that business, and it's important to have good relationships with people that you may not work with on a day-to-day basis, or indeed may not have a reporting line with you, but whom you do need to work with from time to time to ensure that objectives in the business are achieved in the way that you'd like them to be. Equally, when you're looking for other opportunities within an organisation, again, it may be somewhere else in the business which is quite remote from where you are today. And in terms of being able to progress those career opportunities, again, I feel it's very important to be well networked throughout your organisation to aid in that career progression.
I must admit, I'm probably not as proficient as some. I am a member of the CFO Forum, which is probably Australia's biggest CFO group. So I do try to attend a couple of those sort of professional functions. Personally, I've in Singapore, where I spent my last 5 years, the country itself is really set up for networking. So it's based around the expat culture. Obviously, there's a lot of dinners and social functions that are set up for that. Back in Australia, to be honest, I've struggled with networking. I need to be, personally, over the next 12 months, I will be a lot more proactive in taking some of those contacts, those contacts from the CFO Forum, looking for unofficial lunches, making sure that, or informal lunches, sorry, making sure that I talk with people within my own industry and beyond my own industry to see how other people are coping with the current crisis or the current business environment. But to simply answer, I have done over the last 9 months pretty poorly in that area.
I actually think I was a better networker before I had kids. In fact, I was a very good networker. Unfortunately, that does preclude you from the networking that you should necessarily do. Having said that, yeah, it's pretty important. But at the end of the day, if you don't perform any job, no networking is going to help you there. So I still believe I might have the female orientation, that you have to do the right thing by your employer. I probably lean myself more to that than actually going out and selling myself, because I honestly think the evidence is back in what you produce in your job. So a little bit of networking goes a long way, but you also still have to do your job right.
More so now than I suspect I considered it to be 15, 20 years ago. And perhaps the networking in the CFO realm is different from the networking in other areas, but no less important, whether it be networking with the financial institutions, the banks, the insurance companies, the brokers, the recruitment companies, the IT companies, plethora of different organisations where I think for you to be highly effective, you need to have networks that you can call upon. So it's a part of, I think, one's day that increasingly you need to put aside to meet people and develop relationships.
Networking is absolutely critical with getting results and getting the best result for the CSIRO and the Commonwealth in general. You know, that we are part of the Commonwealth, and it's important to work closely with the areas such as the Department of Finance, the Australian National Audit Office, Prime Minister and Cabinet, Treasury, and other departments. We work closely with our own portfolio department, and if the relationships aren't good, it makes life a lot tougher. It also may mean that a particular result that we wanted to get may not sometimes happen, and that doesn't mean false relationships. You know, it's genuine relationships with the individuals, and that's what I build the foundation of success on.
Networking is important to me, and probably from a couple of angles. Networking provides that opportunity, as we were saying earlier, to be out and be seen, and to certainly encourage people that are coming up through the profession to take part and participate with people like myself that have been a CFO for some time, and to talk and to share experiences and to encourage people. Networking from the perspective of my own career is also very important. And look, I think that provides me with the opportunity to, I suppose, promote myself and to be known to the greater and wider profession. But it also provides an opportunity to talk through matters and to talk through accounting issues, finance issues, larger organisational issues, and to really share concepts and ideas. So networking does provide that broad opportunity to cover off a number of things: encouragement of younger people coming up through the profession, sharing ideas, as well as promoting yourself. And I think promotion is also quite important, particularly if you are looking for more senior roles within the public sector, to be out there promoting yourself and being known.